Now you say, okay, what do you mean? Feed your mind, feed your mind. Okay, this is kind of nebulous. Give me some examples here. Help me out here. What do you mean feed your mind? Well, let me give you 4 things that if you control these, you will control your destiny. I'm absolutely convinced of it, because if you will control these 4 things, you will control what you feed your mind. If you control what you feed your mind, you will control how you think. If you control how you think, you will control everything about your life. So let's talk about the 4 things. All right. The first thing is, and I'm going to narrow it down to books, but it deals more with books. It's more or less what you learn. Okay. I'm going to call it the books you read, maybe the audio series that you listen to. Could these type of books have an impact on you? Absolutely. Ms. Hatcher, did we bring the book list? Okay. So later on, before we leave, what we're going to do is we're going to hand out a copy of my top 10 book list. These are books that if you read, they will change your life. I have an opportunity quite often to go into a lot of people's houses. And I've had the opportunity, just because of some of my speaking and because of some of the stuff I do in direct selling, I've had the opportunity to go into some houses of some people that were very, very well off. I mean, there's been times whenever, and this isn't a joke, I'm walking up to this house that there's a reception at, or that I'm doing some presentation at, or something. I've seriously walked up to this house before, these houses, and this has been more than one time, and I'm looking at it, and I'm going like, wow. I'm calling Lisa on the cell phone going, Lisa, you would not believe this house I'm going into. It's like lifestyle of the rich and famous. I mean, I'm sitting there going, is this the block or is this a house? You're just these massive, beautiful houses. I've also been the opportunity, because of some of the stuff that I do through direct selling, some of the stuff I do through my church, had the opportunity to go into houses of people that are obviously just struggling to get by. Okay? Here's one of the things that I've noticed is a big difference between the houses of the people who are really achieving some things, at least financially in their life. I'm not saying they're necessarily better people. They're just achieving some things financially in their life, and people who are struggling to get by. Whenever I find a house where somebody is really moving ahead in life, you know what's one of the first things you notice? You notice a very large, well-stocked library. You know what's the first thing you notice whenever you get into a house of somebody who's struggling just to get by? What do you think is the first thing you notice? The biggest entertainment center money can buy, and everything in the house is centered around it. Now let me ask you a question. Where do you think? Do you think that that it's because the wealthy person can afford the books, and the person who's struggling to get by, all they can afford is the entertainment center? Or do you think it might be that the person who is doing quite well, maybe they got there through the books? You say, why would I want to read books? I mean, I don't necessarily like to read books. Well, let me give you I'm going to give you a hypothetical situation. Now, it wouldn't actually happen, and I understand. I'm going to tell you something that it couldn't happen, it wouldn't happen. I understand this, but let's say it could. All right? Let's say, and I understand he's dead, so this wouldn't happen. But let's say I got a call from Sam Walton. Okay, anybody in here know who Sam Walton was? Yeah, he's wealthiest man in the world, right? You know that right before he died, he took his fortune and he split it between his wife and his 4 kids. He split it 5 ways. So his wife got 20%, and each of his 4 kids got 20%. And do you realize that when he did that, all 5 of those people suddenly became 5 of the 10 wealthiest people in the world? Now think about that much money. It's enough money where you split it 5 ways, somebody gets 20% of it, just 20% of it, and they're still one of the 10 wealthiest people in the world. That's rich, right? I mean, that's like hog nasty rich. I mean, that is unbelievably rich. Now, I don't know about you. I hope so. This is the College of Business. I don't know about you. I like money. All right? The only thing that I like more than money is more money. I like to make money. I like to spend money. I like to have money. I like money. If that's true, then let me ask you a question. Let's say Sam Walton gave me a call. Let's say he's around, and he says, hey, Jim, I'm going to be in Valdosta on Thursday afternoon, and I want to give you a call. I'm going to swing by, and I'm going to show you how I did it. How you did it? He said, I want to show you how I became the wealthiest person in the world. Now let me ask you a question. If I'm serious about being rich, if I'm serious about making money, what do you think I'm going to say? Do you think I'm going to say, well, yeah, I'm sorry, Sam, Thursday afternoon TV's just too good? And that's the $5 pizza day. I have a couple of pizzas coming over, TV. Do you think I'm going to say that? Or do you think I'm going to figure out a way to be there? I'll guarantee you, I'm going to be there. I'll call in sick. I'll call in dead if I have to, but I'm going to be there. Because I know there is absolutely no way that I could spend that time with somebody who's accomplished that much and not learn from him and not become better. Well, did you know Sam Walton did that? You're going to say, you mean Sam Walton gave you a call? No, he did something just as good. Because you know something else Sam Walton was doing the last 2 years before he died? He was writing a book, Made in America. And for the price of the book and the time it takes to read it, you could have all of the benefits that you would have from sitting down with Sam Walton. But I talk to people about that, and they say, well, they want $15 for that book. And I'm sitting there thinking, what do you want? I'd like 3 pepperoni pizzas on special day for that. I'm going, well, what do you want? You want to be rich or you want to be a pepperoni? They're going, TV's just too good. I said, great. Surf channels all day long. Try to find something that would be as valuable as time with Sam Walton, if money's what you want.